Hello, neighbor. I'm Robert Burns, and welcome once again to another edition of Sound Off Louisiana. I have three young ladies with me, Miss Rita McDonald, Miss Belinda Parker Brown, and Chief Sunow. So I will just let everyone know, about an hour and a half ago, they filed a lawsuit against the members of the Louisiana State Police Commission alleging an open meetings violation with regard to the Colin Sims letter that went out from that commission. And essentially the lawsuit alleges that they conducted proxy voting and secretive balloting as demonstrated by the letter we have previously presented, which began being drafted or began being signed on a Saturday, January the 20th, and that occurred over a 2-day period. And so they are basically saying that that was analogous to what they should have done in having an open meeting where this was discussed. So with that, I'm going to let each individual, and Belinda, I assume you may want to take the lead.
Yes,
and
I would like to take the lead,
so
Robert. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to speak. You know, in short, we just want the whole world to know, Robert, that this type of behavior is just not going to be tolerated. You know, in short, this is a just a blatant, you know, it constitutes a blatant violation of the Louisiana open meeting laws here.
Right.
And what they, you know, what I want the people to know is that when you have certain rules and regulations that you have to follow with open meetings so that you just don't do whatever you want to do. And in this case, it appeared to me that this subject matter was never put on an agenda. There was never an opportunity for the public to give any type of comments or concerns about, you know, what the letter that they sent out was all about. You know, so we say that this is just a blatant constitutional violation of the open public meetings laws here in Louisiana, and we're just not going to tolerate it anymore. And if they felt like they can just have ex parte, you know, backroom secret meetings and then just do whatever they want to do and never give the public an opportunity to hear what it's all about, then what are they saying to us?
Well,
go ahead.
Correct, and I would assume, just to let everybody know, all 7 plaintiffs, there are 4 plaintiffs beyond the 3 that are here with me today, all reside in St. Tammany Parish. And so I assume that you all would have wanted to have some input as to whether or not this letter would go out and the appropriateness thereof, because last time I checked, the State Police Commission really doesn't have any enforcement authority over campaign. That's the Ethics Division, but I'll let anybody chime in that this was done over a 3-day period. January 20th, which was Saturday, January 21st, which was Sunday, and then the final signatures were on January the 22nd, and then subsequently got mailed. And as you correctly point out, was never on any agenda. They could have waited until the February 8th meeting and put it on there, but they chose to go ahead. I mean, I'm just going to say something. How often do you see bureaucrats work on the weekend?
Never.
All right.
Never.
So
they barely answer the phone during regular business hours.
But here this was all going on on a weekend, so they must have felt it pretty urgent. So let me give an opportunity for either 2 of your other guests to weigh in if they'd like. So whatever anybody feels like.
Yes, I'm Chief Hayashi Okaluksi of the Chichoma Chapatulas Nation, and basically with all of the age of information where the people needs to know anything that goes on in the public as well in the private. The people need to be a part of every decision that is made, because the people at the end of the day, they process their vote. Yes. They vote for the public. They vote for the public.
That's right. They in effect are standing in the shoes of the...
That's my concern.
Mm-hmm.
The people don't have a say in these matters.
And to go along with that, they knowingly and willingly violated the people's right to a public open meeting. Why would they do such a thing? What would make them think that they have the power and authority to just do what they want to do without giving the public an opportunity to be a part of the decision-making process.
I understand perfectly. How about you, Ms. McDonald? You got anything you'd like to say?
Well, what I'm concerned about is when you call up there and you speak to a secretary and you leave a message for the superintendent or someone to call you back, and then you never get a return call back. Also, you can call up there and, like you said, answer the phone during office hours. I just don't like the idea of their way as a state agency, losing a state agency, not doing the proper clerical work and the upper people returning a phone call.
Oh, okay.
And this is one thing that I, as a former state employee, was looking into.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to ask a question. Any one of you can weigh in. You alluded to why would they do this in secrecy. Do you think it might be because if this had been put on an agenda item, notice to the public that there would have been a huge backlash, particularly amongst voters in St. Tammany Parish? All 7 of the plaintiffs reside there, so I'm East Baton Rouge Parish, so would that be y'all's belief? Or
I think you answered that question.
so
Absolutely right.
there would have been a backlash. Okay.
Yes.
Well, let me just say this. Judging by the number of hits Sound Off got,
Yes.
as in the thousands within a couple of days, and I'm not on Facebook, so I don't know what all's going on Facebook. However, I have gotten emails saying there's a whole lot going on Facebook about this whole situation. So, and I see you're nodding your head, yes. So,
Well, yes, Robert. You know, this is the reason why we filed the lawsuit, because there would have been a backlash. You know, and it's just, you know, we're in the 21st century now. You know, there is no reason why they should just deliberately, at their own will, you know, blatantly disregard the public and not put this on the agenda and give the public the opportunity to comment on this matter.
well, and I'll ask.
And that's one of the reasons why they got it all wrong, because they're doing this backdoor, secret, you know, type of, you know, mafia type stuff. You know, that's got to stop. You know, we're upstanding citizens, tax-paying citizens, and like Ms. McDowell just said, you know, they're elected by the people. You know, that's our main concern. If they're elected by the people and they're here to represent us, to serve us as a people, why are they blatantly disregarding us?
Well, and
In a public open meeting.
well, and I want, in full disclosure, to just say one thing. As everyone knows, I made a statement before the State Police Commission on February the 8th, and I want everyone to know, I don't hide this. I had initially thought that, hey, there's probably a pretty good instance here that maybe there is a violation. That's why you consult with attorneys.
Yes.
Because I'm certainly not an attorney, and I made that clear in that meeting.
Right.
And I have enough humility. My father taught me at a young age, son, when you're wrong, you admit to being wrong.
Yes.
And I have had some incredibly intelligent people that I readily acknowledged are more intelligent than me that said, Robert, there is no violation here. And that's why I felt compelled to provide what I provided to the State Police Commission on February 8th, saying that, you know, these, what I know are highly intelligent people, have indicated that there was no violation here, that this was a photo taken in Colin Sims's performance of his official duties, and therefore there was no violation. However, I understand your point is very well taken. It really wouldn't matter either way, because the crux of it is it was never put out there in the open, and that's the crux of, though not the crux, it is the very foundation
Absolutely.
of your lawsuit. And so it'll be anxious. We're going to follow this. I commend the 3 of y'all, as well as the 4 who could not make it for this Sound Off feature. And
Robert, I want to say this before you end.
Absolutely.
You know, I think that, like you say, the crux of this, you know, it's all about the politicking and politricking and trying to, you know, favor one over the other. You know, when actually, you know, the public, you know, vote is what put these individuals in office.
Correct.
So, you know, but they want to politic and scheme and connive behind the public's back because they felt like this would be an opportunity to do a what I want to say, politicking and politricking, you know, when they're actually, you know, in blatant violation of the public's open meetings laws.
And your point is very well taken. I think that was very well spelled out in the lawsuit.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you, Robert, for giving us this opportunity to have our voices heard, because these are the type of things that we're here to expose, and saying that we just not going to tolerate it.
Okay, we appreciate it.
Y'all are quite welcome. It's not as if Belinda Parker Brown is a stranger on Sound Off. I have no idea how many at this point, but she's been on a lot. So, and I have a feeling this won't be the last one. So for now, we will bid adieu, and we will provide a link for this lawsuit so that anybody can go in and read it. And
you know, Robert, I hope that you would bring more information, because we have been on here before talking about that commission, the Louisiana State
Police Commission.
And you know, our Senator Fields
alluded to the fact that he thought
go ahead.
That he filed a bill, in fact, to abolish the Louisiana State Police Commission, and for whatever reason, that bill was, quote, permanently removed from the files of the Senate. I'll tell you what, folks, as a bonus video, we're going to provide, we just left the Baton Rouge Press Club, we're going to provide that question being posed to Senator Fields as well as his response. And I also know that you once appeared on a New Orleans public television station, and you were none too flattering of the State Police Commission, and even said that they went so far as to cancel a meeting because they didn't want to have to deal with you.
Absolutely. So that's what we're saying, that this is you know, a waste of taxpayers' money, and whether or not this commission should exist in the first place. You know what, you know, now, you know, this type of activity, you know, this blatant disregard of the public's open meetings laws, you know, this is the commission that's doing this. And what is the purpose of this commission? And
you have openly asked that in the past at a meeting. You said, what purpose do you serve?
That's
and
right.
Senator Fields had that same question, and you will see the video. He said, and I quote, I would sponsor that legislation again.
Yes, absolutely.
So
wonderful.
With that, folks, we just got started, and I think we may have some more things coming down the pike before this week is up. So we got it off to a great start.
All right.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
All right.